Uniteduncle here. Don't be shocked. Initially, my channel is called Uniteduncle. It talks mainly about Manchester United and a bit of the Premier League. But what I've decided to do, as someone who comes from Zimbabwe, I've decided to cover also Zimbabwean football. So each week, you get a video from me covering Zimbabwean football. Since, as you all know, I'm a Zimbabwean. So the topic of today is about don't sleep on Zimbabwean football. With what I've managed to research and noticed, Zimbabwean football is on the rise. Don't be shocked, in the next Olympics, Zimbabwean under 23s, they will qualify. We're guaranteed that in the next AFCON, we're going to challenge. One, we're going to qualify and we're going to challenge again. The next World Cup qualifiers, which is a World Cup for 2030, we believe we have a strong run. Almost qualifying, if not qualifying. Just give me a bit of time. If you manage to check with the points which I'm going to raise here, are they valid? Do you believe I've got a point? Do you believe I've got a good argument that Zimbabwean football is on the rise? Let me start. We've seen a lot of sponsorships which is coming in the road of Zimbabwean football. I've got prominent people in government, business people in Zimbabwe, even in the diaspora, who have decided to put their money into the development of Zimbabwean football. I'm not a politician. I don't comment about politics. I'm not here to talk about where the money came from. Is it legit? Was it generated in good ways? That's not why I'm here. Me as a football person, the reason why I'm here is to talk and appreciate what these gentlemen are doing. Starting with the Better Brands. You know, Better Brands is owned by Mr. Scott, or Honorable Scott Sakupwanya. Better Brands has been sponsoring Scotland FC, Ngombe Aura, Kwekwe United, Simpa Bora, Yada FC, just to mention a few. It has also put money at ZIFA, the Zimbabwe Association. It is also sponsoring the Warriors. It has put money in sponsoring the Warriors of Zimbabwe. We've got a company called Sakunda, which is owned by one of the richest people in Zimbabwe, Mr. Kudakwashe Tagwire. I think he's a doctor. Kudakwashe Tagwire. They have put money on Scotland, about plus 1.5 million. They have put money on Dynamos. They have put money on Highlanders. There's also small teams which are benefiting from Secunda, going also to the national team. We talk of a gentleman called Sir Winknell Chivayo. Chivayo have put money on Scotland. He has put money on Highlanders. He bought them a bus. He's also paying their coach. He's also paying part of the money which is being paid to the legend himself, Peter Ndlovu, and Norman Mapeza at Scotland. He's involved in that. You know, Scotland FC, they're in the road of building a new stadium. So we believe that people like G5, they're also putting their money for that stadium to be built. We go to a guy called Chawanda, who owns Hard Rock FC, which is in the Midlands of Zimbabwe, Kwekwe in particular. He's bankrolling the team, and also he managed to build a state-of-art facility which is called Chawanda Stadium. We believe if the National Sports Stadium is not finished on time, our Zimbabwean Warriors will play in that ground. They're going to host international matches in that stadium. We've got teams which attracting big sponsorships in Zimbabwe. The likes of Caps United, Ngoz, Chicken Inn, the Platinum teams. The list is endless. Just by the fact that people are putting money in football. Where there's money, the quality improves. You buy better players. You've seen almost every team now has got foreign-based players. People from the region, players from SADC, they're now coming into Zimbabwe to play their trade. We've seen Namibians, we've seen people from Botswana, we've seen Zambians, you can name it. We also have seen coaches from other nations, Zambia, South Africa. You know, the guy Tebo Sinong wanted to coach Highlanders. Only that shows that the football is rising. There's also this thing of junior development. You have seen even the government through the president of Zimbabwe, Dr. Idi Mnangagwa, you have put money about $5 million. He launched a tournament called the Munumtapa Trophy, which will be done from the grassroots until senior team is gonna cover all corners of the country. If that thing is handled nicely, we're gonna unleash a lot of talent in Zimbabwe. Then we've got what we call the foreign players, or the foreign quota. They've got their organization, which is run by a gentleman called Marshall Gore. Marshall Gore was running for the ZIFA presidency, but he lost to Mr. Magwizi. His job is to look for players who are playing in Europe, who were born in Europe from Zimbabwean parents. There's a lot of people, you remember there's a lot of people who migrated to Europe during the era of our late president. So most of their kids which were born there, they've gone into academies of these big teams in the Premier League, in La Liga, Australia, whatever you can say. So they've grown up in a system which will help them develop their game. So if you start to call people like those, we've seen players like Maskwani say, we've seen players like Charewa, Zemura, the list is endless. We're still negotiating with players like Nyoni, who's playing for Liverpool. There's a lot of players who are playing in England. Almost every team, the junior or the development team, have got a Zimbabwean national. So it's up to ZIFA to do the right thing to lure these players to come and play in Zimbabwe. By doing so, we're attracting good talent. Foreign players plus the good Zimbabwean Premier League, which is proving to be very exciting. We can only have a good national team. For every positive, there is a negative. The only negative which I can say about our Zimbabwean football is our stadiums, the state of our stadiums. Only Chawanda Stadium is looking magnificent. We've been renovating the National Sports Stadium for I don't know how many years. They are just saying it's finishing, but it's proving to be a long process. We've got stadiums like Gwanzura, Rufaro, BF, all those stadiums are not in a good state. We need our stadium to be in a top-notch appearance-wise. The field, sitting where people sit everywhere. We need our stadiums to improve. So if we've got good playing facilities, we can also play good football. We can attract more sponsors. If we combine all these things which I've talked about, the result is good football. I don't know, that's how I see it. I see Zimbabwean football improving. Zimbabwean football is on the rise. Watch out. This is a Uniteduncle. Please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe for content like this, and also things which has to do with Manchester United and the Premier League. Uniteduncle, out.